Hello everyone. I had this game yesterday that I just thought some people might like. Just like there we go. But I got Karthus in Aram Mayhem and it went crazy. So yeah. First off, my team was basically full of mages except a Jin, and so this game wasn't going to go great regardless. We did have a Vel'Koz that did true damage, and we did have me who lowered MR. But I got Ice Cold as my first augment. Wasn't the best start, but it is good on my W. It makes the slow really annoying, and it makes it much easier for me to land my Qs. But as you can see, I'm going to die a lot to this team because they have 4 engage champs and a Zeri. So that's kind of nice for the Zeri, who has 4 engagers, but I kind of just go in, try to get money from getting a kill, and then use the mine. Mostly because I get hooked. And I'll like flash to try and hit my Qs on Pantheon and stuff. It's something you usually want to do on Karthus. If you're gonna die in a ram, you might as well flash on them so you can do some damage. You want to get to their back line and not just be stuck dealing damage to their front line. This game is a little sad because I wish I got a bit more money early on, and then I felt like I would have done better later, but it still is a long game, and that's what I enjoyed about it most. But I leveled my E second, which was a little odd, but since I kept dying and my E was constantly up doing damage to them, I thought that would be a better choice of damage than my Q, which wasn't landing all the time. But it's very battle crazy against this team, which was just so fun. I really liked this game. And the nice thing was, whenever they engaged on me, I was kind of the self-sacrifice of, oh, I'm gonna die regardless probably, and I'm Karthus, so I'll use my passive. But then it gave my team a chance to just obliterate them when they got low, or get away. So that was helpful against the team. The one thing I didn't enjoy about this team was the amount of damage blocking they had. Because Pantheon has his shield, which can block a ton of spells, although not mine that great. And then Xin Zhao had his ultimate, so if I wasn't in his ultimate area, then I didn't do as much damage. And Nautilus and Vel just had shields and magic resist. I'm still not level 7, so we're not really scaled. Of course I still have the awesome slow on my W, but not the bestest thing to do damage. Except it does help me land my Qs. The funny thing is, the backline, their backline, well, their backline and kind of midline of Xin Zhao and Pantheon and Zeri always kept flashing my Qs, and it annoyed me, but it was funny. I decided to go Magic Pen a lot of Magic Pen in this game because they had 2 tanks who were going to stack MR. I just knew that. And I got its killing time, So the augment that's basically like Zed's. It's really fun on my ultimate. I think I screwed up 2 of them. Because I used them before I died. I miscalculated the timing. And their burst. But as you can see, I already have 7 deaths. I will have the most deaths on my team later, but I do a ton of damage. But mainly my job in the team fights is usually getting Zeri away from my backline, because she does the most damage to my teammates. The engage is annoying and they do a bit of damage if it's Pantheon and Xin Zhao, but Zeri does the most, and getting her to not be on them is, I think, really helped prolong the game. Which is what I like, because I like longer games where I can actually get all my augments and items. That's what I find the most fun in when I play Aram Mayhem and Arena, is when you get all your augments, all your items, and you can start stacking stat handles. But that one, I did get my ult off, and it was pretty okay. I was debating staying to get my next augment there, but I just saw, they're diving my teammates again. Let's go get them off the tower and my teammates. But now the death timers are getting pretty long, but I am level 11, so I get my next augment, and it's a nice one. It's, I don't remember the name, let me look at it for a second. Eureka. So I get ability haste for all the damage of AP I'm building, which is awesome. I think later in the game I'm able to spam almost like 5 Qs a second, maybe 4. But it was pretty much a lot. If the game lasted a bit longer, I feel like I would have been able to do a lot more. And it would have been really fun to see my R just burst them from full health, but they were pretty clumsy. I ulted here to hopefully get a kill because they were a little low, so I could get some money, but that didn't really work out. And then I tried to kill the Zeri, but as you saw, I got a lot of CC on me. I got the polymorph, stunned, rooted, grabbed by Nautilus Hook. So that one didn't go too well. But with my augment, my ult was almost up. I wanted to try and get a double kill here, but I wasn't able to. Oh, I thought my ult was up this fight. It wasn't. But there you go. I got CC immune because I was phase tanking a lot of stuff. And this Pantheon has Clown College, so he gets to just jump on people. And some of my teammates, even though I pinged it, were not really doing well on it. Now, that time, it's killing time. The augment killed Pantheon for me, so I got some money. And so far, I had gotten almost a Death Cap, Malignance, and a Void Staff with Magic Pendants. I think something that I learned from this game is that I need to queue the minions more when the enemies were out of reach and the minion wave was coming. It's one of my problems. But here, Pantheon did Clown College. I don't know where he went, but my teammates kind of ignored him. I think Pantheon walked up to them. But I think one time throughout the game, Pantheon did get the jump on me from Clown College. Now here's funny, because they all started to chase me and my Xerath was just at their tower, which was a little funny. It's like they just forgot the Xerath is there, but then, as they should, because they have two tanks, they just go under tower and fight me. Now this is where the game starts to get fun, because once they get our inhibitor, we're actually pretty decent at clearing the wave. And so we delay the game, and I'm able to scale a bit more. The annoying thing is, I think later the Zeri gets, what's it called? The lifesteal item with 18 lifesteal that gives you a shield if you do over damage and over heal. Currently my Q is at a 0.37 cooldown. But the Rel built full magic resist. The Nautilus, I guess, decided he needed armor. So our Jhin must have been dealing damage to him. But yeah, the Rel went full magic resist and was not kind. Anyway, I got up, I immediately ulted. I sadly did not get the kill on Pantheon, but it was fine. And then here, the enemy team did kind of troll. They weren't going in as a team of 5. They kept kind of going in one by one, and it was making it easier to get closer to their base. But then when we got really close to the base, they figured out the problem. But then when they got close to our base, the problem happened again, like 3 or 4 times. And here I'm using my Q and my W to see where everyone is, and I'm getting this area off my backline again. The funny thing is, I still get my ult off, so I still kill Zeri. I think that annoyed Zeri, because at the end of the game, it was just the crybaby, "Oh, you're so bad!" Which is always funny. Because it's like, yeah, it was so easy for you guys, because you had a tank in draft and we didn't. The Pantheon is a little funny for doing that, because if you don't know, Clown College makes you invisible, but under towers you are not invisible, so... And Pantheon W, I think that's his shield, does not block turret shots, so I don't know what the thought process was behind that. There you go. See, against the 1v1 I'm fine, but when it's a bunch of tanks, it's just... And then I get an ult off. I was looking at Zeri to see if she took a lot of damage, but she really didn't. I think this is when she had... No, it's not. I think she just has a bit of lifesteal then. Let me check. Terry got that Tap Dancer and Shrink Ray. Oh, she had Tank It or Leave It, that's why. What's this one? Gain move speed from Armor Pen and Magic Pen? Okay. Well, she was just a fast Zeri. I mean, this Ziggs was being smart, getting their tanks off our front line so they could clear the wave and get rid of Zeri. And then I got up, I was able to ult and pop. Xin Zhao has Death's Dance, of course, so he's not taking much damage. It's converted to overtime. And Rel is full AP magic resist, so. But at this point, I was able to have full build of lots of magic pen items, and I was starting to get hats. I got 2 hats with 12 ability power, so that was nice. And I didn't know you could buy stat anvils until like 2 days ago. And so it's nice, especially with things like Eureka, where I get a ability haste off of the extra AP I can buy from the stat anvils. What's my Q cooldown at now? 0.28. But there I just got CC'd and I was like, I know I'm gonna die, so I'm just gonna try and annoy the Zeri, which I did. And so the Zeri had to be cautious and back off. But Zeri just has a bunch of lifesteal. Oh, now she has Bloodthirsty. I ulted, but it didn't kill the Zeri because lifesteal and critical defense. Not my favorite thing. I was gonna place the wall and then have the minions follow me through and get low magic resist, but that didn't work out very well. And the fun thing I really like about Karthus' abilities is his W and his Q slightly lights up the area so you can see in bushes if you do that in them. And that was helpful for me to do, to chase people off. But now, here again, I'm getting the Zeri off my teammates. And then I ult. And it just popped the Pantheon. From full health. I don't think Pantheon built much magic resist. Yeah, no, he was going full crit. So he was actually relatively easier to pop than the other people. I thought he would have been more difficult to burst. Vel'Koz did die there, but I do think it was worth for him to die there, because he had no help, and him coming back up would have been nicer than not. That time, I just got CC'd. I wanted to kill the Zeri, but it didn't work out. But our inhibitor respawned, and the tanks just decided they wanted to kind of not end. They wanted to fight, which I was fine with. The Nautilus halfway through till the end of the game was always trying to break our Nexus, but his autos do no damage to the Nexus. Anyway, then I got up. I decided the minions did more damage to the Nexus, so I was going to clear that first. And you can see my Qs are going sporadic, and then once I start Qing him, he's just melted. And then I ult. My Q has still a 0.23 cooldown, but they are going a lot faster. And my ult is really cools down from Eureka, which is pretty nice. I think here might have been where I misplayed my ult. I got Zeri zoned off, so I was like, maybe I can ult, because she's staying away, and so I start ulting, and then she flash ults me, so I instantly die. But I am able to kill her, I just am not able to get my ult off. And then I clear a bit of the wave. But basically the whole game I was just keeping Zeri off my backline, but I was still doing immense damage. And as you can see, Nautilus is just trying to get the Nexus, but he just doesn't do damage. Which I'm happy about, because having the game go longer is great for me since I have Eureka and stat bonuses. But then I get up and decide I'm going to wait for a bit more people to get up before I ult them. And at this point I did have 1014 ability power, which was pretty nice. And my Q was now 0.01 seconds faster, I guess. But just look at how spammable it is now. Now here again, I'm trying to get the Zeri off my teammates, and then all the tanks focus me, which I'm fine with. So I ult them. And it doesn't do much because she's full magic resist, and Xin Zhao has Death's Dance, so he's just healing. And then they can just run us down and end, but... yeah. I think I probably should have bought Morellonomicon for this team, but... it's okay. That's how the dice goes. Anyway. I hope you all enjoyed that little recap. I'll do an actual game for you later, but just if anyone wanted to see a Karthus game, there you go.